Eeny, meeny, miny, moes, and crinkle toes. Today we got a new riff banger. That's not how we're starting.
Oh, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is the boys. No, I didn't like that.
What were we going to say? The boys of summer?
Maybe.
The boys of Little Elm?
The guys are here. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Whiskey Happens with your boys, Travis and Garrett. See, I didn't use last words, and I didn't point this time.
I don't know what last words are.
I don't know. Last names, things. Okay.
Today we have an aged release from the New Riff Distillery. It's their first entry into 8-year.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the best part about
I
it.
always get... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, this is the best part, is the fact that we legitimately were there when we first heard about it 2 years ago, when they were like, oh, we've got some really aged stuff sitting in this warehouse, and they pointed to it, and we were like, can we see it? Can we taste it? They were like, no. Well, now we are, so...
Yeah, I really like to see it when our favorite distilleries grow, and this is just like so random. But I saw on A. Smith Bowman's website or Instagram the other day, they're filling their first, or publicly acknowledging they're filling their first rye barrel. I've been there before. I know there's at least one other barrel with rye sitting in it. I don't know what they're doing with it. Maybe it failed or whatever. But now they're going on the record saying Instagram posts, we're filling a barrel with rye.
Love it.
So anyway, this is not rye, but just like to see them grow, right?
Yes.
And I think, like, I keep thinking the malted rye is 6 year, but this is the only age-stated whiskey they have. Mm-hmm. Or maybe some of the Silver Grove stuff is aged or statement.
Well, I mean, it says it on how, but it's not bolded like this. The Silver Grove is 4 years. But this is their most eldest, and it's at least 8 years. So we know that there could potentially be
some older
in here as well.
Yeah, maybe some older juice. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this either way. Regardless, it's coming in 100 proof, 65% corn, 30% rye, 5% malted rye.
Yes.
And
malted barley.
Malted barley. Thank you. And I mean, let's just get into it. What else can we say about New Riff? You know that we're fans of
the Riff.
The Riff. Fans of the Riff. Oof.
So we poured this a little bit ago, and it's finally opening up a little bit.
This is very funny for me to say, but like lemon meringue.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever described citrus like that.
I get the citrus note. It's tough. The nose is a little clogged on this, but what I love the fact is it's not stringent right off the bat. It's very easy, like on the nose, and so like it's something that if you smell it, even if you get a big whiff, it doesn't knock you out. It's very light, and so maybe that lemon meringue
it's light.
That
also
lightness.
Toasted baking spice.
Let's get into that taste.
I was expecting nutty, but like nutty's not a normal note of theirs to begin with.
Yeah. Now see, it's just different there. It's warm. It gives you that warm Kentucky hug. I'm getting a lot of baking spices. I'm getting nutmeg, a little bit of deep chocolate, and like almost like dark chocolate.
Yeah, for me, the citrus note really comes through. I think less lemon and more so orange, blood orange type of, just a deeper citrus. And, the bacon spice does pull through. And then a light spice on the back end, leather. I really think that I love this.
Yeah. It's such an easy drink. Like you would think, even with the spice, like I said, it gives you that warmness to it, but it's not overwhelming to where it's like stringent, and that's what I actually really love about it. It's really balanced all the way through.
Yeah, I think that this is definitely something I would take to outdoor event, camping, hanging out at the beach or something like that.
Yeah.
Summer's coming closer than fall, so Yeah, should have went with that. But yeah, outdoor drinking with friends, I'm into it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's throw this bad boy on ice.
I may have drank too much and need to re-up shortly.
It's all right. It's that good.
Now, see, putting it over the rocks for me, that added a creaminess to it that definitely wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Hangs around a little bit more. I don't know. It seems like... Hold on.
It's like buttered popcorn. You know, like when you get really good buttered popcorn at the movie theater and you take those first couple of bites and it's that just... It's a little bit of sweet. It's got a little bit of saltiness to it, but it's just that warmness to it. I just... That smoothness overall. I love that. That's what I'm getting here.
And it seems to coat a bit more as well, which I'm not sure I've ever, if I can recall, like another situation where adding it to rocks provides a little bit more mouthfeel. And not in a bad way. I think if I was talking this close to someone, they would know I've been drinking.
Yeah.
And it's because it's hanging in there.
It is. It's there. Let's put a little Coke on this bad boy and see what we got.
This is a cold Coke. That was too much Coke.
It is fabulous on Coke. It is fabulous. It is definitely something that the Coke, it enhances the Coke.
Yeah, I'm going to say that this is a great Coke on... Or was it Coke on the Rocks? Yeah, there's something about it to where it's like it amplifies all of the baking spice. It tastes more like a gingerbread cookie now, and I really can't find fault with this. Like this, forget what I said about taking this bottle to the beach. Like taking this bottle and making cocktails with it, you're probably not going to go wrong.
No, I'm starting to think that this is very transformative in the sense of there's not a lot, because when you put Coke on most bourbon, it either completely dissipates where you just taste Coke, or it just doesn't taste right a lot of times. There's very few, and we can go back through our videos where we've seen that there's a very limited that the Coke is enhanced and really just amplifies. But I agree with Garrett on this. Is literally, I think this, you could put this in anything and it would make the drink better. I don't know what it is. I would say this is probably one of the best New Riff products they've had. I can't find fault in any of the process that we're doing. So like nosing it, tasting it in Coke, on the rocks, neat. I can't find fault with any of it. Like I couldn't say there's not one that I would be like, oh, I could never do that. And this is just...
Yeah, I think so. Even you just saying that, maybe in Manhattan, mixing liquor with other liquors, it may not be as nice, but mixing it with other flavors, and not just other spirits, I think it would work well in any cocktail on the rocks, or just neat, sitting on your porch, smoking a cigar in Virginia.
Yeah.
It works. And I am going to have to say, I'm going to give it a rocks.
Okay.
For me, I like the creaminess and the popcorn-esque mouthfeel situation. Not saying that you couldn't catch me in public drinking this with a Coke and or neat. But if I'm just doing my day-to-day, probably outside on the rocks.
I would say the same thing. I would say on the rocks for me, but I mean, it's splitting hairs. It's legitimately, it could go either way depending on what you're doing. Like, to be honest with you, if it's cold, I'd probably like cold winter weather, neat. Warm summer weather, rocks. Out, like having to deal with people and just be out at a big venue, probably a Coke just so I could, enjoy it a little bit longer. But yeah, it's thumbs up here for every single thing. So whether you like it neat, on the rocks, or in a Coke, whiskey happens. Cheers.